They defend anybody because they say corrupt. But at the same time, we're not going to use corruption charges now for also smear the character of very good people. We don't make them your mark in the world. But I not even remember on any occasion, because if you say somebody, my office, they don't accuse me for corruption. Me, I not they respond to frivolous claims there. If you not bring the proof, say, Mother Bio take salon money, you go put in a pocket, you go do this, you go do that. And now they even respond. Now that make one say another talk, because for me, now a waste of time. So why I take issue with this? Because when you sit on a national radio and make that sort of say me don't defend, which is not correct, I think say we need to set the record straight.
As we set the record straight, now let me go to some reports where some local organization and do. Also they say your office of the Chief Minister, Parliament, and Office of the First Lady, according to the Africanist press, all day in corruption practice. Where they see the allegation and they as president, who side they accuse a whole presidency with documents on all over social media. How you can take her first of all?
Well, now they mistake this way when I can do, when all they do. And I don't listen to this station severally. I spend my office, they spend money. They're not missing a corruption. If I spend 10 billion, they're not missing a corruption. The most important thing is I follow the procedure for make sure say, oh, my office, we get for us, if my office follow the procedure, forget the money. Where they spend the money, they account for them, and waiting a use of the office or anybody where they say they're accused of corruption, whether they use the money for the purpose for which they say. If all of them, they know because they say the office of the president use 10 billion, for we, because of Usa, the money in himself is here for 10 billion, than at $1 million. But if you go elsewhere, you go see, say, me, if I travel today, not to be responsibility for buy me ticket or for get me plane or for spend. I not get that money so for travel that way. Me, the head of state of the Republic of Sierra Leone, the state they responsible for me travel and me stay where they go. So when they say, for instance, the first lady in office spend whatever billions, the other question for me, who side is spending? Now clothes you go buy, now house you go buy, now hotel you go buy. No, he spend them per with picking them at this country, and he don't account for them. I know one day, will not see me they defend anybody because they say corrupt. But at the same time, we're not going to use corruption charges now for also smear the character of very good people. We don't make...
All right, good morning and welcome to another edition of a program what we call Congress. Right on we are on YouTube and on Facebook. Also, we discuss issues with the front page of the different newspaper and the carry for today. And after we can bring people inside where they come and help we follow, we discuss the different issues them with the newspaper and non pitch. And sometimes we can even go out of waiting the newspaper and say and take other things away people really get interest for discourse. And then we can see how best we can make sense out of that day. When they can go now and begin look at waiting them paper there, so done to line for we this morning. The first paper where we go look inside the program this morning. Now the open space newspaper. Now the very first one we go look at inside the program this morning. Okay, we don't get another guest local, but we can't just can't introduce them. We get the first paper where now the open space newspaper where we go look at inside the program this morning. Waiting the open space say as she commends management and staff, Tuma Gento Kamara was support for new NIA boss as it displayed diplomacy with counterpart. Rado Soare frees 2 Sierra Leoneans from Thai prison. And you as well get Sierra Leone Commercial Bank wins Noxy Bingi Corporate Football Gala, and you as well get all the story inside this paper. The next one we get now the public review. We say first malaria vaccine for Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone Commercial Bank, Sierra Leone Commercial Bank win. Okay, we get Bio received Chinese medical support. And other story them there for inside this paper. The our newspaper and the next one we say amidst political crisis in Sierra Leone, Jacoban donates 5 motorbike, 100 million to youth in Blama. APC leader and Parliament warns against intimidation of his party members. And other story there for inside this paper. The next one, now the Parameter newspaper is a cocaine court in UK. Sierra Leone Port Authority implicated. Bill Gates, UBA to account for over 500 million loans NRA tax payments. And CKC offers appreciation to Officer Sierra Leone. Parliament endorses SOCFIN agreement with government of Sierra Leone. And the next one, the Vindicator newspaper, we say Uncle rape, 14-year-old at massacre, and Honorable Abdulkago raised concerns over intimidation by security forces. And the Bank of Sierra Leone increased monetary policy rate to 22.25%, and Sierra Leone Commercial Bank, okay, we get other story inside this program, inside the paper. The Sky Times newspaper, and the next one, Bill Gates, UBA, and others in hot water. That's why we get the Diaspora Committee to rehabilitate and renovate Amaraya Municipal School. Over fake Canada travel arrangements, accused surreptitiously obtained money from Saidu Sise and Mohammed Haji Kela, recognized by Bouye Foundation. The next one, the Independent Observer, we say Fit Salon setting the stage for food on the table. 419 scheme for ethnic citizen and direct aid Kenima support free hernia surgeries to 100. And then the next paper, now the African 24, we say Salon, a hell without death. Bill comes as a surveyor. Staggering issue in audit report, national pause at risk. In the next one, at the LEONE newspaper, we say Abdul Malik Sawane becomes MMTU's USU federal president, and Sierra Leone received 550,000 doses of malaria vaccines. And Trade Minister inspects brewery readiness for festive season demand. The next one are the comment newspaper, and they say the arrest of Anes by Kuruma. Why? President Julius Mada Bio and Dr. Fatima Bio unveil a national public health agency with dedication. And November 26 was an attempt by non-violence entrepreneurs to capture the state's IGR. And the Local Commercial Bank MD named African Banker of the Year. Expo Times talk, not political parties, in coup attempt, IGR. And you as well get Bank of Sierra Leone issue new monetary policy rate. Sierra Leonean becomes man-U player. And then we get the next one, we say NII Alliance strengthening digitalization for improved revenue cooperation or revenue generation. The next paper, now the Voice of Salon, Wednesday 2022 audit report over billions of loans unaccounted for. And you as well again, NATCOM officially turns NATCA, and the Sierra Leone Civil Aviation Authority launches Consumer Protection Unit. And other story them inside this paper for you. The next one are the AZ newspaper, and it say ongoing failed coup investigation. EBK faces CID today, and Field Salon setting the stage for food on the table. President Bio expresses gratitude as 24th Chinese medical team arrive in Sierra Leone. World Bank green lights $665 million to drive Sierra Leone development goal. And Sierra Leone dispatches medical team supplies to assist Guinea. And you as well get government 32 million investment. Cornell University prepare for inauguration academic year. And inaugural academic year, sorry about that. And Sierra Leone Rising Star, NZB, a musical prodigy born to shine. Okay, so this now all of the people that we get inside the program this morning. And as well, the last one we see now the silver medal as we don't clock one or we don't pass 100,000 within our 101,507 subscribers we will call family members on YouTube. So of course the silver plate there on the preparation now. We will soon celebrate them and one for tell thank you to all who that don't contribute for the reach to this particular milestone. Okay, we can go now and look at the people and we get inside the program. We have two people inside the program this morning. We don't join me. For let we actually see how best we can discuss the issue there. We get Ambassador Dr. Simpson Iyajo. We don't join me inside the program. Good morning and welcome to the show this morning.
Good morning, family. Good morning, people of Sierra Leone.
All right, we get Psycho John Bai. We as well join me inside the program. Good morning, Psycho.
Yeah, good morning, my brother, and then good morning to all the viewers and listeners.
All right, Ambassador, please, mind if you can turn a bit from the light. The light really can't behind you back. We know they see you fine. And also, it's all very important, but let me see you as well. So we enjoy the discussion.
I don't know if this can...
Yes, that is better. Thank you. Okay, so I've been smiling as I watch the paper then, because I see a lot of things them day, it catch my attention, serious one. A lot of things that catch my attention in the way I really want for them we begin look at quick one. Some people will say this one not so important for what we talk about, but yes, I see like with it. We see Osai, let's just look for the paper and so I will read exactly within the paper tell me nine and for it let no mistake or misquotes within exactly the paper say. Basically, Salon don't send medical assistant to Guinea for go help them. And that's a good thing, at least let not we know more than for the help. But I don't know waiting actually on us. This now waiting the paper say, and this now exactly AZ newspaper. It says Sierra Leone dispatches medical team supplies to assist Guinea. Well, I'm not to get detail of that name, but this now waiting and say, and this just happened just at the time we as well they celebrate the Chinese dispatch team we don't come for car help way. So now put this question to now. When I see something like this, waiting kind of on my mind, I'll start with you, Ambassador Dr. Simpson.
Thank you very much. This issue how proactive and with president and even with country on day in terms of looking at not only will they always request for assistance or always they wait for assistance. If we can they act in this kind of form, it shows that we're responsible. If today we neighbor in Guinea, Conakry get a very dangerous disaster, when a fire disaster will take place in the terminal, and we say for the expect such thing that for will happen to we don't see one will happen at Wellington. So if the government of Sierra Leone, under the leadership of President Dr. Julius Maada Bio, dispatch medical team together with medical supplies for go, like I approved that one day, the day in front of me hospital yesterday, I see the mobile clinic buses, then they move towards Waterloo. So it indicates, yes, it's true, they don't dispatch a medical team to Guinea. This is not a very good one for we in Sierra Leone. It get a very good reputation for we. And this kind of action would expect say more will be done, not only to Guinea, in other countries and too. Now then dispatch the way they don't do so. Then he able for give you details also of what in the financial involvement will take place there and the medical officials and where then dispatch, which areas and actually whether they go handle for we. And at the same time, if the one the way that they go so, then put them on a stipend, let we also know, because we need to get accountability in anything so far what they do, so the public will know exactly what we they do. So they will understand, say, yes, we are not corrupt and we do things that way genuine. In the first instance, and that agreement for say that it's true, the medical team, the government of Sierra Leone, don't dispatch a medical team. We are see the bosses and they dispatch to yesterday. In the
So you said this is a very good thing, but let me look at the implication. Salon sit down at the UN Security Council as ordinary member, and Guinea, as we say, na country right now where like everybody don't distance themselves from because of the kind regime within Guinea, a military junta regime. So if we continuously do business with Guinea, we think that we get for me. We know say this is a far disaster, but why Salon at this time always they do business with Guinea?
Yeah, well, Sierra Leone get right for do business with Guinea because Guinea is part of the Mano River Union. And if Guinea is part of the Mano River Union and Sierra Leone also they part of the Mano River Union, we not go look at, for example, you and your neighbor, una they very close, you didn't at the other house, then you see fire at the kitchen now your neighbor house, just because when we don't get confusion for boundary, you know.
No, not for the boundary basically. When they talk about the coup, and all ECOWAS and AU, some of the distance themselves from Guinea and the operations them. But we, when a part of them, body they as well, always they associate ourselves with them.
Because Guinea now we neighbor. This I want to make it clearly. Guinea now we neighbor. Whatever condition, in the time of war, Guinea now one of the countries we can help with or fight with war. And they really do tremendously well during that 11-year civil war. If the international community, the UN Security Council, or the ECOWAS, or the AU, they distance themselves from Guinea because of a coup, the present president shouldn't get a military man. If we say we they look at that way, because of other people, they shun them out. But let we also know, say, for example, me like Pan-Africanist, I always stand on Pan-Africanism. So we just get for make sure say we support with Black Africans. We say anybody as long as you Black, then you are a Black, you are an African. Whatever side we did, you talk about Haiti, you talk about any other Caribbean country, as long as you did it in a Black, because now from West Africa and other African countries, and they go from all the countries and they were very close now the North America. So if Sierra Leone they always support when ECOWAS they go out, then Sierra Leone they take a role for coming the mediation level, wherein they go able to talk to the Guinea government, a junta government, for try for align or make sure they then put themselves together so then go able for work with what ECOWAS the request for. If nobody, not actually they come in for mediate in that capacity, then Guinea go left isolated, and that is not good. We actually get for make sure for somebody they always for mediate. And I think
but this is not the essence of distancing from Guinea. For let they actually, no say, military regime, not to illegal or legitimate regime. And that's everybody they push for. So, for example, waiting what happened at Salon, everybody they push against that because they feel say military enough of the part of politics.
Yes, military enough for the part of politics. Now, if you look at them, the Burkina Faso, the Niger, the Mali, just because ECOWAS don't push off, and they don't find out say we colonial masters the one use resources only for make sure say we will not ever grow, and that is they perhaps presently even in Sierra Leone, we colonial master they still want to take control of our economies then, they want for make sure, and because of the want for take care of our economies then, they bring in policies and where government are not going for actually handle. So at the end of the day, government because of the loan, because of the things that the money they take from them, government not able for payback. So what the government they do? They raise taxes for citizens then we're not comfortable for citizens only for make sure they put into development. Right. But actually those taxes don't get for help the government, neither get for help the people there. Because government actually not get for you. Their taxes are not going for help for do any development in the country. If we depend on with natural resources, we're able to forget them for invest now. For example, if we concentrate on the agriculture, and I always like you mentioned about agriculture, we concentrate on agriculture. We get a team, maybe from China, maybe from any other country. They come, then train Sierra Leoneans then how to use mechanized farming system in Sierra Leone. They develop them. They make sure for say we don't grow we own rice in a very huge acres of land. So at the end of the day, if they left, we already get trained people then. So we're able for feed we said. If now Guinea, Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso, they try for form a team wherein they said will be like ECOWAS. where they go to take care and give support to themselves, like we have in South Africa also, where they get their own. You see, so if we say we look at it in that way, at the end of the day, Guinea itself the end up for join who? Burkina Faso, Niger, and Mali, so they don't go four. You go find out say the French, because they go out of the ECOWAS, then it go left number with the English-speaking countries. Then we don't want that to happen. So Sierra Leone, we leader, they look at that. Now this always be the same. You get to look beyond and take action before the action take place. For example, the coup will take place. So the coup will take place. Me, they always say government gets a blame in that, because government for us is what they happen and take action for let not take place. With all this they take place now, coffee order, economic situation, all the rest of it. If government be tackle earlier and make sure say it not happen, we're not for them in this kind of situation. Okay. Now government they try for take an action now immediately. That is proactiveness. I say this when there was convict. I say now government need for take action immediately in the international airport, in a Freetown International Airport, for make sure for say they stop all other travel passengers the way they can in. Government therefore be very, very proactive for say they not go allow all of that to for take place. So global control from that government will do other countries then. They want land from we, how actually we government be able to do that in that proactiveness. So if we government now, Sierra Leone government, they take that action for support because ECOWAS not they support them, because AU not they support them, because the international community not they support them, just because they say a coup. But now this same international community, they come under quietly, then they support to tap me and you two waiting now, so now
yeah, we have idea and knowledge. Okay, so we will come back to you for local talk. Sai, could I bring you guys this now quickly? You know, the issue of Salone giving, you know, assistance to Guinea at this time, at this particular time. And then Salone associating with Guinea, especially where like every other one, and they turn back against them because of the regime where they did. You know, what think you make up of this?
Okay, thank you very much, and I've been keenly listening to me counterpart with the ambassador. But thank you for that. And I think there are two different things that we talk about here, and because again, this goodwill gesture where the Salone government do, where the president dispatch the medical personnel there with 2 mobile health buses and then ambulance them, laudable, like a good thing, because I mean we know say na big with the big country then they give it. At least if you able pinch there, you help your neighbor, na a sign of goodwill gesture than they, because especially when Guinea day in need, because a disaster now happen where we don't know what thing caused the fire, but what would they look at the bigger picture? Innocent people involved, and then they need support. So we really appreciate the government for that. And then as to, well, the other thing, them for go into details whether now must they pay the one the way go then in the, well, we pray that we know, because we again then in the rare for it happen for make the public know what it go cost Salone. Like I hear you say, okay, at the time when we wait for late China give for receive some medication, I think I see even some vaccines where we receive. Of course, in the Salone government, they receive, Salone people, and they receive aid, support from other governments. You look at critically, we say, okay, that no means we say no, they do good. We then give it, we pinch, we give. But mind you, maybe now out of what they give it, because of course, now out of what they give it, now we say the pinch will give other country, the way is very nice. So the aspect where they talk about the government like dealing with the Guinean junta, I think say it not too separating. This other one a disaster where really morally it is not bad. Even if in other country they say, for example, we don't see where rogue regime then they get problem where earthquaking happen. You see even other government then they send people and for go support. Not for support the government because a junta, but now for support the people of that country they where disaster fall upon, where not to then you make it. So that they separate. But I just want to address few things where my brother talk and he highlight about, okay, well, within for be proactive. I know you get me head around because he talk about Pan-Africanism and then later back he talk because I believe say ECOWAS and AU na Africans there. So I don't know, and then take decisions. Say okay, they're not for deal with then John Tayab. Again, I wonder how many 10, well, I don't know how many 10 the president don't go for negotiate for lay Dumbuya hand over power, you know. Because one thing, you see, Leo will not be so hypocritical. For example, if, for example, they support democracy, let it be saying a democracy will they support throughout. You know, go support democracy in a country, you support junta in other countries. So that's people then go really wonder which side you belong, what do you stand for. You understand? You know, go you say, okay, you na Pan-African when it come for support junta in another country. But when it come for support democracy in your own country, then now you embrace democratic principles and values. I don't know, I know you get me head around that. Because, for example, Guinea has a lot of people that don't die in Guinea we really in their quest for democracy. Would they see say if the whole of, let's say Africa, for example, the pressure Guinea say no because the AU then get the AU charter on people's and people's and political rights. We talk about they emphasize on democracy and democratic values. Then get the conventions, then get everything we talk about democracy. Well, these are Africans. It's not European. They are not Europeans. They're not Americans. They are Africans. They say, okay, now let's embrace democracy. I say, then when any military junta will take over power, now the AU force then they suspend them automatically. It did at the African Charter of then good of governance and then thing. So if they don't come together, say okay, let's take step now for say okay, we know they encourage military, and then other people then they go and well, I don't know whether you call it surreptitiously or dubiously or whatever adjectives you get, then they go deal with dandy there. So you find out say either directly or indirectly, then they hinder the progress with the AU or the whether ECOWAS they do. Okay, but granted again, anybody, even the snake can get paddy. It could possible back be say the again who self not for take hard line against them, but maybe then go use Sierra Leone for example, say okay for negotiate, but we don't. I not member again. When I go correct me if I'm wrong. I not member if we don't ever lead any for say okay negotiation for persuade the junta. Okay, I remember one time we don't go visit few times.
Well, I remember the junta leader said we don't come visit. We'll be listening to the former foreign affairs minister. We tell we say the junta leader come for land from President Bio on how for hand over power because President Bio do that in 1996. That had been Professor David Francis. So yes, if that's the deal, if that's the agreement or that's the negotiation or the discussion, then yes, we will say yes. The government of
so now make they say yes. So if not that context, now make they look at me, they look at the things holistically. So if not that aspect, it's not bad. But we see independence, we send soldiers. Now, never, of course, Guinea, we don't even know the amount of Guinean soldiers the way died in Asalo during the war. We know that. But the problem is, when they talk about democracy, so the dealings, again, for example, the dealings, what will they deal? Is it like for deal with Guinea only like in when it comes to discussing as to when and how to hand over power to civilian rules? Now this, I think say that this kind of dealings now in for encourage, not to other personal levels, like because now certain level if for example if the junta then do program, you send soldier then for support that program they. It's like you they endorse them.
But let me look at this other part again. Economically, the benefit we really get from Guinea, even when a junta government did it. The minute where Guinea say, okay, we don't turn back where we serve the lock we border, we know the difficulty, the challenges they get inside the country, we know how suffering because we don't even forget any. Right now as it is, most people know they count them things them through airport, through we seaport. Yeah, they rather they come to Guinea. And Guinea, they don't be like, if anything happen at Guinea, it affect we serious one. So you not feel saying that because of that the government they try for be lenient with them for let they get the benefit will continuously they get since we need for that kind.
That's not they far from the truth. Again, you they look at and that way they back because the economies are almost you say if you want to say they're intertwined. If for example, especially the Guinea, they get a lot of things them. Then action they can impact on we so much in terms of like in economy. So then they will be again one possibility because we know say we did at disadvantage. Even the younger issue, you see then more or less whether somebody accept or not, then they bully we, then they bully we government because they not say. But now for just say no more, we close the border. We then close the border. Now we they suffer more than well. I don't know how them will suffer, but we go suffer more because if them close their own border. You find out they then get different countries, Liberia, Senegal, Mali, then country then they, but we now only Liberia we could depend on. So maybe na dan day back go what is so now make we no go narrow the thing, but like for support what you say, if finally the leaders them all in Africa, if it be say really na democracy because now we see we all condemn the coup attempt to happen at Sierra Leone. We all condemn that. And we all solicit, okay, say, because I see where the military, then they work together, the Salon military and the Guineans, will say, okay, for crack down on the people, the coupists, them, or the one way attempt the coup, we try for cross go. Then they all know bad. But the point what they make here is, if we dare for democracy, let we not support democracy in our country, we support dictatorship in other country. So that will put you in a funny position. Even though mortal man selfish, now in your personal interest, no more you can think about. So again, for say back how waiting the wait man them waiting in the stifle with development. But I know about get me head around the mentality because I see the Pan-Africanists then get some kind of way they think me no even understand.
Right.
Because now, for example, the MCC what we they celebrate. The MCC thing money they come out from the US for can support electricity, for support water. Are this not development? So are they not supporting us to develop our country? Una show me by one project where really like for say we not get the hallmark of the EU or other white man country the way they send money to we for we country develop. Right. It's just the problem is where they work and then get them condition where they attach with them money there. Then say una for respect democracy. Una for go all kind of free election una say where they talk una vex. Una say no, they want stifle with the development. If una involve in corruption, then talk una vex. But una want the money.
Right.
So una get stand one side.
Okay. And doctor, you get ambassador, you get a few things for art to waiting and psychology before we move to something else.
Yeah, well, waiting I go add to that. Now, one area normal way you mentioned where they talk about say we no go they has a democratic government and support the military government. Yes, and a junta. And surely I don't feel say we government they in that position for be democratic or they in the position in democratic principle and support a junta. Like you rightly said, you say Professor Francis say the Guinean president been come to Sierra Leone or can learn from President Bio how he hand over power. This is not a very good thing. If not that he come for, now a very good thing because then they teach him how instead for hand over power and instead don't show say he get good intention for Guinea. Because if somebody say they can learn from a good thing, they indicate say the person said they plan good thing.
But
so
all of the way David Francis talk in that particular thing, we not see anything happen. For example, he can't learn for hand over power within the shortest time. We don't pass 2 years now, we not see anything. He can't again for them discuss about the Yenga. We see the worst that happen from Yenga. We see now they don't even put military structure on Yenga. We not been doing it before. So like all of it he talk for the public here, you know to happen.
So wait, I just want to interrupt because again, he come, for example, he can learn from Sierra Leone. So how, from where he can, because remember now from David Francis in time, from where he can they make that statement? Whose progress Sierra Leone?
So now that's exactly not nothing.
We don't do for push that agenda. We don't see this later part. We don't see the junta them. They don't even, like right now, a lot of radio stations, and they don't close them. They don't chase opposition leaders them out of the country. But then, are we on the right path? Are we making any progress? Is our government making any progress to influence them, to accept and embrace and to uphold democratic principles in Guinea? Or are we just pursuing our personal interests?
All right, so let's put that question back to Doctor.
You see, now that I can always say, proactiveness. If the man can and can say can learn from you, then it go back. They see action that they take place so they affect Sierra Leone as a sovereign state. Then at the same time, if they do things that way contrary to what it actually it come for, you as president or you as internal affairs minister, that now the moment for take an action on this younger issue. It don't take since President Kaba in time until this point. We still deliberate on this tier. Government for don't be proactive since before where they don't kind of power in 2018. For no say younger is our position. Now them for don't begin they build barracks. Now that position they. Now them for don't they put boundary they. Now them for don't put block they. Not to now Guinea for can't put block they because Guinea know very well. Now that make the last time I indicate and say. Government for them to make sure they do a letter to we colonial masters then, both France and Britain, for letting them come inside and get the boundaries then correct and let we take our place back. So if government is not proactive, then that means the government get blamed on that because they're not proactive for take actions. Then they allow the Guinean government now they infiltrate. Now let me give you one example where happened 3 weeks ago. What happened? 3 weeks ago, I get a report about we goods, when we local commodities then, a Sierra Leonean when they do business in Gambia, if they can't buy them goods then if they can't go to Gambia for sale. And fortunately for them, they don't cross with them goods then as Sierra Leone. They don't enter na Guinea. They don't go inside Conakry, they want for pass. So you believe the government of Guinea, the whole land goods them. They say that goods are not the pass Guinea. For go no side, then goods are not then get them. So you see how we they blunder and how other countries they take action for their citizens. So if we say they do the same thing now, we say small thing will go lock the border, will protect all the local commodities and for people there, will permit, will local rest and other items then. That food go available for people then. But they allow for let people then take them outside, so we they suffer. So government not proactive, and if government not proactive, they always turn the repercussion to people there.
Okay, so let's talk quickly, still inside this issue. Now we want to talk about waiting the politics, talent right now inside the country. So if we go into this paper, when they vindicate on newspaper, this is not exactly what he say. He say the leader of the opposition, I read exactly what in right. Honorable Abdul Kabo raised concerns over intimidation by security forces. In other words, even at checkpoints, if they notice say you wear like APC ID card or you wear APC something, then we intimidate you. See, also as soon as they raise concern over the way our security forces then they intimidate the member them, and it basically say not a crime for let it belong to a political party, and even the constitution gives anybody right for let it belongs to the political party. And if the government they say they're not a target APC, but rather attack some people in a way they'll create problem, then the question now is why they target membership of APC, even the one the way we're not ordinary membership now. I'll start with you, Doctor.
Actually, I know I have to comment on that for one reason. Is there any evidence from Mr. Abdul Kagbo where they indicate that one? The person where he say then target or the individuals and they make any report to police.
So this now the leader of the opposition at parliament, and you think say he will say something we not right?
Well, he will say something we not right if you not get evidence. You get any evidence towards that? You get any proof? You take anybody in at parliament for indicate say this person and they intimidate? When an APC person, you get that kind of person there, you able to prove an parliament, you get evidence to the effect. The one the way they make evidence in that they don't intimidate.
So in other words, you question waiting in the Senate parliament whether it right or not right, because as far as you concern, not get evidence.
Fine. If you not get evidence, they're not true. So look.
No, well now let me say you don't talk in a parliament. The question of if he gets or he not gets not really not important. He don't talk in a parliament and he not go talk and be if he not get any serious thing for back on na parliament. We kind of the leader will talk about so in parliament. So you let's say okay, this they happen. What do you think now? Let's forget about whether it get evidence or not.
If this they happen, now let's look at it. If this they happen, then if this they happen, then this is not democracy. If it happen, it is not democracy. Because I get right for belong to any political party. And I get right for do any movement to I want for do. Even if me na APC, I get my ID card, or I wear the t-shirt, I reach na any checkpoint, therefore still let me go. You know me say because I get the t-shirt, therefore intimidate me. Because maybe my leaders and getting the problem. No, you're not supposed to be so. So if government or maybe any security officer or officers then don't do on any checkpoint, then they are doing the wrong job. Then therefore the Inspector General of Police or the media angle of the police need for take immediate action for make a press release for stop the security forces or stop them immediately to any citizen who belong to any political party, not only APC. So people go able to get freedom in voting that they do. It's wrong. It's not right.
All right. So this now waiting me self get, you know, and around the Waterloo area, right? Now waiting the security force that they do, I just want to get on a new view to that one as well before I come to cycle. Like they can just go on any side, any area right south, block and then search, pull everybody in and do search, and then they move on again. If they get within the want or they don't get within the want. What do you make up of that again?
We're down the that the show say now the states go they present day. This not been they happen before, but now they happen. Why? Because of the coup. They go don't get information for say these people they are within they look out for, they're in a certain location. That intelligence they don't get, then go there and do condom and searching for let them find out if them people then did it. It can be me, it can be you, they can come they search your house, they do not see nobody. As long as they don't harm me, they don't take no property, it's okay with me. Because of the security situation presently in the country. If not that, an officer, no police officer, don't ever go to anybody in place just them misbehave like that. They're not supposed to do that. But it happen now because of the security threat we get in the country.
All right. Thank you. What do you just make up of this call from and this concern from Honorable Abdul Kago and what do you just put so right about the random search?
Okay, thank you so much, my brother. What in the happen now country? It's like you say na double tragedy or something. Because one the coup we all condemn am, like we unreservedly for happen because people then for depend on the ballot box for change leadership in the country. But again, like I think say you remember one time we'll talk when that thing they happen, we say the authorities, them police and the one way they investigate, then therefore be very careful as to how to go about it. Otherwise, in the process, what would they say? Would they go for defend? Because now they say would they defend democracy? Not so try for crackdown on the one the way come for the coup attempt and all that thing. But at the same time, if we not take them, would they erode? Would they trample on? Would they go against democratic principles in the process? What would they say? Would they seek justice for democracy? Honorable Abdul Kagbo, not ordinary man. When he talk. Like in journalism, like the get what you call the personality will evolve. Now a man, now the leader, na parliament. So you go just grab no more, you make statement without getting evidence of what he say. Again, like we all, like Mr. said, and they are even yeri again say certain people, some people and they because they see some kind, they belong now. WhatsApp group they win at APC, then na CID, then they question them. So what in me they see of late, even yesterday, what are they see from key people them, where then they try for sell this narrative, say okay, all the one they were involved in the coup, they are APC. So trying for say okay, now APC now they do this tier. So you find out say that narrative would lead for the harassment and intimidation of APC members. You see, okay, they say this person na APC, that day na APC, all na APC. So now waiting in the try, some people in the try for give narrative, and while they talk, I talk on very what things because na high level. Even yesterday, Honorable Tawab in the AYV, we know the statement the way he make. He even write back, he support the argument. Okay, then say all the one the way APC waiting be say for later release. We don't hear
after the dialogue, the list where they send go, most of them.
exactly.
Yes,
So
yeah.
now then they try the narrative now for try for say okay the one the way APC send for now that list for later release. And for later come back now they involve now this school year. So meaning you they try for bringing a political party, even though we see how IGR say one of the newspaper where they say the one they were involved now the coup now bandit them or how they now talks them or something, they are not a political party. So now a lot of then whether we agree or we not agree or we decide for say no we not they agree. We decide for turn a blind eye or we become oblivious on the plights where people in the go through right now in Sierra Leone, or let's say some set of people there, because you see the sad thing about our country right now, the division is so great. Certain thing they happen to you where then they know say okay this is unacceptable and unjustifiable, but just because maybe we get different opinion, then that other person they celebrate, knowing fully well that is unjustifiable. Now, how you will go? We don't see boku and we don't hear about boku allegations the way they happen. Even around the Wellington area, one side they where they say one net security, then go cordon the area. Fine, granted, when I get for do security checks, when I get for check, when I get for be proactive. But again, at the same time, when I get for maintain people, they're also right. When I for take posting in phone, go listen audio there, go check whose group he did and whose group he not did. I believe say if una defend individual, then una defend the coupists them, una defend them, then they una go after them. All man they support una, but for go intimidate ordinary citizens. Some man no even voting self. Some man just okay. Some man you just see your number, you number na certain groups there. Me they not add me. Hey, they not add me na SAPP group there. Wey not to me request. Sometimes they realize say na me they remove me.
So for just back up what you they see all of them group there, over hundreds of them, and not give consent for none of them join me.
Exactly. They don't add me in a SLPP group there because I they write critical issues against the government or the policies of government. As they realize, I mean, they remove me. They add me in a APC forum then. They remove me. Because sometimes if they not remove me, I say, hey, una don't add me now. Well, una not cost me because me, they send me articles. Because when I write my article, I click one side, my article they go now, all them forum there. So, but you will go hold me because you see this group, APC group, or this group na my phone. I mean, but all that people in the way they play and down, then they justify them. So you find out say then they lay the foundation for really
for example, sorry, cycle like out to doctor inside. You know, you get some group them, for example, not just call group them, yeah. Not just randomly call group them where they go get, for example, you get APC Warrior, you get SLPP New Generation, Young Generation, so you get PPP ESA official group, you get political discussion, you get Salon political forum news. All of these groups are not even sometimes they are not the post they say, but it they because of the kind way you play, so people feel say no more for just take your number and put them. You know, but if you take the phone now, you go begin see all of them things there. So for example, what do you make up of this? You know, because of groups they now. And interestingly, let's carry you back to what thing they happen one time. Ambassador, now you are the carry this question too. One scenario they happen between the military, inside the military. You get one lady when they say it gets a political group who said they discuss politics. The military dismiss them instantly. One thing, and all bien. They try them and then they dismiss them because of they say it belongs to a political group. Now, you get this other set of Sojamande, the rely on another presidential guards them, when can publicly na video and audio and make statements against political opponents them. You know, when they don't get right for them. But the military say they go take action as it is now, they not take no action, and then set of people are continuously they make video and other things them, and the military not take. How you go rate that kind action then of the military?
It's wrong. It's totally wrong. You're not correct. The same thing will happen to you, or when my brother they say, the same thing that happened to me. large number of forums where they don't join me and not even know them. I not even know them. In fact, why they just see me safely, I just they keep quiet because I know say yeah, if I talk here, they not go find at all.
Yes,
so I can just say
exactly. You just be observing
send the audios, yes, then they send the audios, then they send the videos, then they say so we can just say for the clean me phone, would then all learn things then the way they come inside it. But I come to the question where ask me, a wrong for let a military officer find himself, maybe that lady, not to join himself now that group. Now people that go to join and at the group, they find himself there. And maybe he can't get interest. But maybe not they participate there, or maybe they participate there. But that not justify for make them go for dismissal, to be very honest. Just because for a WhatsApp group, you not go dismiss somebody for WhatsApp group. Because WhatsApp na a media something where it not mean anything much that way there. But if you do unto that person, then another person they do when at the same institution, they will not take action. A very bad na society. This now it don't make the differences don't take place now with society. On one hand, because of are they in favor of this government, I do anything, government not go do that, but it's wrong what we do, but then they support because of are they with them. This other man, if they do that same thing they when me say we don't they do, but because they not deal with this government, then they go attack them, they dismiss them from that work day, which is very bad. We got to make sure for say we clean up society in that kind of way, then they not correct. If we not try for fix ourselves, now that make I admire we former president, he set up institutions. One of the institutions we're very credible in Australia, we are always get respect for. And most of the people, the way they head them, they know they compromise. Audit Service Sierra Leone. Audit Service Sierra Leone, now one institution where they do their work correctly. If we allow other institutions that do correctly, I feel say we don't get a very good society in Australia. Everybody go live the kind of way we don't they live in the 70s, we don't they live in the 60s. We will not even know about for say this now this political party belong or this now this political party belong. But now we don't find ourselves in this kind of society. Everybody, even before you talk, they want to ask you who side you dey. Even if we say no, somebody go ask you. Me, I don't go so many side. Like me name not they indicate for say me na Sierra Leonean. So normally what can go so many side the way they can ask me, as I talk, you know whose tribe? I said me na Sierra Leonean, not necessary. Why you ask me about me tribe? No, now your name. I said it no matter. Why you for ask me? So this na the kind of society we don't find ourselves. If we not try for clean this kind of thing in a society, it got for affect it with generation unborn. So if the military behave that way, for dismiss that lady, then the military need for go back to the drawing board and bring that lady back na the service. If because other people they do them, like I state them, other they do them, they even pull videos, but they don't take action. They don't kind of go na court martial for judge them, for dismiss them. They don't do that. Why? Because they didn't support of the present regime. This is not correct. We got to look at institutions then, and not say an institution, not to individual. If an individual is quite different. So me they plead to any Sierra Leonean of any institution, let we work for the institution, not for a government way or a political party. If we not try for clean that one day, it will affect you strongly.
All right. I just want to ask you something. You talk about the audit service, institution. I will ask you now one question on that one day, and then based on waiting on they say, I will process something and decide what will be the next step, for a further discussion. Waiting you think, about, first of all, you don't see the recent audit report.
I don't read all it, but I don't go through few.
So after you talk, you don't go through few, they smile. Why?
Why are they smile? It's like the same old story they continue. We probably not still solve it.
And you think that it gets better or it gets worse?
I say getting worse. I know they say I say getting better. So South Africa, the fact,
Okay, so I basically want for we see how best we can get discussion strictly on the audit reports and Cycle said there. Cycle, first of all, let me ask you, you don't see the audit report?
Yeah, I see don't waiting if you didn't me email, but unfortunately I know examine them yet.
Okay,
But of course
from the brief, see what you don't see, and what you think.
no, well, again, I just see we credible somebody when some people when a journalist we post we then talk about the billions because we still get billions we keep missing, and then if that they happen from a government we be really tell we say that they make corruption unfashionable, then you wonder whether what in they talk and they translate to waiting they happen. And now you get the one day when they talk against corruption, now they defend corruption anyway.
And you basically say billions they lost, but if I can quote the Anti-Corruption Commissioner, Francis Ben Kefala, say, this not necessarily means say the money actually don't lost. And he used one word way I always love for you, say the audit report na mere opinion, so it don't necessarily mean say the money actually don't lost. So
yeah, but again, what in them call a smoking gun. Tell you say something wrong. So yesterday, the Anti-Corruption Commission be issue a press release. I be see that day. Because yesterday I think them table the audit reports in a parliament. So see how they operate the audit report, they watch, they scrutinize, and maybe if need be, they call certain MDAs for questioning and for ask them how certain money missing, why this one not able to produce this document. So the Anti-Corruption Commission then can they say, well, then they collaborate with Parliament. But again, then they do their own work independently, then they observe, then they examine the report, and now then state say, then therefore do, maybe then go prosecute, or then go, maybe conviction go happen, some man then they repay what in then they no able account for, like the normal thing no more. Again, then they clear some names them back because sometimes at the report they will tell you say institution A, so amount of money not it disappears. Sometimes not to so sometimes that information incorrect. So the ACC go carry inside and investigate and say no, but there have been say so. But in actual fact, what we check now so and so. So then don't clear that name. So then they get for do all them thing in there. Now so them promise we and they say then they keep we updated. Then get the media release, the press voting in the car and tell Famble and say, okay, now this, now that, now that.
So I basically want for all now because this discussion I think we're going to follow continue back in another program, maybe not on morning, and next week we'll relax fine and discuss. And I wish forget to know to again follow discuss just this audit report. You just talk about say the anti-corruption investigate and clear certain things there. Dr. Simpson, one of the thing where ACC not able for clear now 3 years the council now 10 able for clear this thing now the 2020 report where Lara be last published. When this now the reason we make Lara Dana court rights now where they consider for being professional misconduct and they say because it check with the third party. For able for verify some receipts them we come on at the office of the president. Till now ACC don't look into that case. We not see them charge nobody. We not see them question nobody. We not see them clear that thing. They say this not correct or none of that. It's still left unresolved. What do you think briefly before we go?
Brother, now I just tell you so. The institutions then get issue. But I can ask one question always. I'm investigative journalist, right? Who investigates the investigator?
The boss will in the investigate.
No, but again, this now go down again to the problem we would face in Sierra Leone. I think say most of the problems they would get as alone. I believe say this is serious because we journalists in the country. We civil society in the country. Now they were supposed to investigate and observe and monitor what in the anti-corruption they do.
Now they were tell you one thing when one journalist tell me on this platform, and that I consider for be the reality. He say we see some things then we want for talk, but when we try that, then the press we bad and we did send the scared for talk. This come as a result of one question where I ask them. When you see as in body in face in eye all things change. That at that moment say, and then I withdraw because we're not there for the person issue, but we rather one for discuss issue, you know. So this not the thing, and then he talk and categorically clear say some of we will not sit inside the country, we get the freedom for talk, but them not get the freedom for talk everything. And because number one, IMC they over the aid, then the monitor they get for regionalizing them if they not do what they're supposed to do according to the IMC. They're not going to give a license, and at the same time, they're going to pressure them with other kind of issues. Then.
Yeah, I agree with you. I totally agree with what you say. I agree with that journalist there. Because me, for example, me na a trained journalist. I went through the rigorous principles and then the trainings of journalism now for Bay College. And I work as a journalist and I still lack journalism. So now I make, despite which I found myself again, I still they write me articles and I not ever I make I can tell them say, okay, when I show me one evidence why I don't ever lie past somebody. Okay, you know what are the type of even we self we know the attack them, the threat they will they can through. I understand that. But now make I tell you say now what you been they ask now, would they investigate the investigator? Now they stay in what in self country and the civil society there. Civil society for come out and speak. If they see inconsistency in the work of the anti-corruption, then for talker, then for able for talker. If the journalists then back see, then for able for report. Because not for assume say, hey, no, they will not do this, then without finding out. When I get for find out and give una unbiased report. When I give again justice to the ACC, if then they do good work, when I tell them say no, they do good work. And when they do good work, we say una hold them to account, una one for let them explain, then when I hold them they back.
I agree with you. But I'll tell you me encounter with specific person way na Iman Sila, where they na the communication department for this government. We host them now, and then we ask them some critical questions. Them, you know what he tell me? He say we not for discuss them things and they rather we for discuss waiting they want for them we discuss, and that's the reason we make them stop for come na the program. Because they don't want you for asking the question. So imagine me, then the Alpha side don't call me now, tell me say they will take me now, how they call them, for because of we discuss some of the issues that he call and tell me. So if we're not even basically getting kind of pressure that they imagine waiting at the real thing where they happen with the one that they not to all thing and one for talk.
Yeah, of course, I 100% again agree with you on that. That's why we all need to come together. We talk about real democracy happen in our country, wherein people will put the interest of the country before than the interest of political parties. You understand?
Yes.
Or tribe. Because right now, to be honest, again, certain set of people in Sierra Leone, right now where they live in Sierra Leone, to be honest with the current issue where they happen. So if you belong to that region there or you belong to certain tribes, you get for prove yourself, you get for prove loyalty than other people in the country before they even trust you. They will tell you, say, no, they are not this, that. So now make one time and say, you see, this we don't allow this them wire. They feel say this. Then we will show them this. So what are they not them wire? What is separate we from them wire? So this thing don't come now society, and to be honest, right now that thing they don't entrench. So you see, then why really they suffer right now in that country. They trust me.
All right. So that all on Ambassador, any last thing?
Well, the last thing I go say no more. The head of institutions. The last question where you ask that we need for put. I don't know how I go say. They say for put fire and a tortoise in waste for let able for make sure say. Run. So we need for put fire like the ACC, the head, when Francis Benkenfala for take the actions and we build up promotion from La Telopias in time. When a credible woman where I get respect for. When I be they do me assessment, in I be number one post we been the up, right up there. So if then they talk something, then they know they take the actions then the institutions they know they work. So my last word is this kind of thing when my brother just they say so, then why? For example, now me or you, or my brother, or any other person, then class you say, then wire, or then other people there, this kind of thing for stop in our country. So please, at the request of government, we now with government, under the administration of Dr. Julius Maada Bio, and admonish all other institutions then where they intimidate citizens then, for let them make sure say they do it in the right through the law, so that at the end of the day, the democratic principles then will be adhered to. Thank you very much.
Saiku?
Yeah, okay. I don't know whether the program no.
Yes,
so, okay, yes.
But
Thank you
please
very
not
much.
ask una ambassador and Saiku, when una don't give una last word, una stay with me, la just end the program. I just want to ask una one two things and quickly off the program.
Okay, no problem. Again, I thank you very much. And we, like how my brother say, we, again, institutions, they need for operate independently. I believe say right now, of course, we know the one them back where they had the institution there, yeah, then really, they can be under serious pressure sometimes. Then, like you get what in call the status quo. You get the one the way appoint you get certain influence, friends and other thing, the way they try for influence the way they do your job. We know that it's difficult for you to navigate all around that. But we just the appeal, especially the security them. The investigations the way they go, let them do a thorough, unbiased and fair investigations. Anybody where they see say he involved, let them hold them to account. But make them not allow other people them, for example, where get political views. I don't see one bobo where we did at the same group. The bobo just because he forward Umaru Fofana in post where you been post that way the attack at the 2026 where Umaru say he see some of them, he see the one the way go the way they say we are here on a mission. Umaru Fofana write and Umaru Fofana and a credible journalist. He write I send on Facebook. This bobo post and somebody threatening her. You believe say that bobo they take more than 1 week na CID? And somebody threatened and say, if you're not left, they make they arrest you. And then ended up.
Thing this what I'm telling about Alpha Side will call me, tell me, say he will give me a number to cyber security for let they actually deal with me.
Yeah, exactly. So me just to tell you no more. So this not the exactly. So what they try for say here is you see say I think I've been don't talk down the back na year. This incident don't happen when a genuine in way the government help for suppose for investigate and get to the bottom of it without tarnishing or trampling upon people their right or like without damaging other people their image unfairly in the process. But would they see now two agenda they now like the work. They get the police them, the state securities where they investigate for now the actual the facts. And then we get other people they were hawkish and you call them all sorts of divisionists in the country, where then they look at, even if you say you say out the body, then they interpret it in a political lens. So then they back there inside. So then they use this opportunity for points for saying that this person, hey, that one now this, now that then the whole some man then go to and say the way no what he said. You know, so you find out say then two agenda then they operate side by side. So now make. Even yesterday, we see where the former Attorney General Minister of Justice, when Joseph Kamara, when Anis Kuruma in lawyer, he write one piece. I see the report, I don't see the original piece, but the report where I see where the report, I been really like about you. They find out say self observe things there because he say he don't observe. And what you know, it caution the authorities, let them do the investigations fairly, make like Leo we know in the process again for try for defend democracy and seek justice. They will not trample on other people their own right. We seize their own right. You understand? So this line are the problem. So and we know say again it's difficult for the government or the police or the authorities then do this thing without trampling upon other people them. But they just get for be very, very careful in what they do so that they no go create so many anger again. Because if somebody like that, for example, just because I forward something, you hold me, lock me for more than 10 days. So you feel say I go happy for the person who threaten me. I go really happy for that. I go happy for
so this the blood right now where the dwell na salon very bad blood and we hope it not lead to something we very bad and the government get serious action for play. Anyway, this discussion will end if they continue with that. So that's big for end so at this particular point. And of course I come to now again for that we can discuss. But this time around, at the audit report, no more one follow discuss. So please now stay with me and come back just not for talk to now off the camera and mic. Thank you very much. We producer in Badena tomorrow. It is a bar. I want for wish you happy birthday in advance. You know, and pray that this year we don't done so. They don't know, yes, but you already come. We just pray that it will be a wonderful year for you. A year where you will sit up and say, wow, God don't really work. Very good thing for me, and I'm happy with the position I find myself right now. And we as well pray that you get long life and well body. And thank you very much for the work where you actually do for putting wonderful guests there so together at every time. Although some thanking day, people are knocking gladly with all that they talk and waiting they say, but we therefore accept ourselves and no say anybody in view your opinion very much important. We therefore respect each other's views. Thank you very much on all we don't like, we don't share, we don't actually they watch the program. I appreciate you all. Thanks to the guests that will get into the program this morning. We're in a cycle John Baye, and as well we get Ambassador Dr. Simpson Iyajo will join me inside the program. My name is Sembepe, the Freedom Fighter. Until we meet again, it's another beautiful edition of the program we call We Are Nanette. God bless you, country Sierra Leone. We call We Are.
And one day defend anybody because they say corrupt. But at the same time, we're not going to use corruption charges now for also smear the character of very good people. We don't make them your mark in the world. But I'm not even member on any occasion. Because if you say somebody, my office, they don't accuse me for corruption. Me, I not they respond to frivolous claims there. If you not bring the proof, say, Mother you take salon money, you go put it in pocket, you go do this, you go do that. And now they even respond. Now that make one say another talk because for me, now a waste of time. So why I take issue with this? Because when you sit on a national radio and make that sort of say me don't defend, which is not correct, I think we need to set the record straight.
As we set the record straight, now let me go to some reports where some local organization and do. Outside they say office of the Chief Minister, Parliament, and Office of the First Lady, according to the Africanist press, all day in corruption practice. Where they see the allegation and they as president, outside they accuse a whole presidency with documents on all over social media. How you can take her first of all?
Well, now they mistake this way when I can do, all they do. And I don't listen to this station severally. I spend my office, they spend money. They're not missing a corruption. If I spend 10 billion, they're not missing a corruption. The most important thing is I follow the procedure for make sure say, oh, my office, we get for us, if my office follow the procedure, forget the money. Where they spend the money, they account for them, and waiting I use of the